Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. You join me today where we're going to fit a Optimiser and Optimate to the GSXS1000 GX. Some of you guys suggested doing some of these videos, which I thought was actually quite a good idea. A bit of upgrades. Unfortunately I can't do them outside, it's chucking it down with rain, and believe it or not, this bike is 3 hours old, or 3 hours old into my ownership. Done quite a few things already. Constand, anybody's interested on the Constand, it's literally the main bolt going through the frame and the top of the engine, not the top, the back part. Undo it, pull the bolt out this side, turn it round, put the bolt back in, and you get a fitment here. I'll show you. You get a fitment just there where that one goes into, just here. You just screw that in, make sure you do it up nice and tight, and then yeah, the rest of it's in. So I've got a bit of adjustment to do on that, but I wanted to get everything else done. Just done a video on fitting top box mount, so if that's something that's interesting to you, and yeah, go and watch that one. We'll go through the steps of it and everything, and you know, it's solid, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, loving that. Absolutely loving it, loving the bike. I've done probably 10 miles on it so far. When I picked it up, she'd done all of about 3 miles. I love the TFT dash. Yeah, I've done 15 miles on her, bless her. That's all I've done. So what are we going to do? So I put Optimates on all of my vehicles. Just because if you're not using it or anything like that, then it's it just saves you any messing around. Oh dear, sweaty body all over it. You need to get a pad for that. You need to get that ordered ASAP. So first things first, take the pillion seat off. Obviously with a bike with 18 miles on it, I'm trying to be as careful as I can. I always put gloves on, just basically because most of my tools are not very clean. They're clean, I always clean them up, but they're not clean. So anybody who doesn't know, an Optimate basically keeps your battery charged up, but it doesn't keep charging it. It monitors your battery. When it needs a bit of charge, it will charge it up for you. And if it doesn't, then it won't bother wasting its time doing anything. It's not the right one. What is? It's changed for me. And I've got a little magnetic bowl here. I'll just leave that in there. See, it just lifts up from the front. There's a couple of catches on here on the bottom, and it just lifts up. And obviously you are introduced to your battery. So this is what it looks like with that seat on it. And obviously we are just going to add to these two. You need to get them the right way around. However, depending on which Optimate battery you buy will depend on some of them actually assess. So this is the wire. It's got a fuse in it. On my GT, I managed to run it up behind here. There's more room. Oh, there isn't. Yeah, maybe a bit more room. Now, a lot of people, they stick them outside somewhere and just leave them hanging. And if that's what you want to do, then that is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. However, that's not for me. So what I like to try and do, if I can, is not causing too many issues, make it so that the wires kind of not disappear, but so it's going around the right way. Right, the next question is, a lot of people will say, which do you do first, lime or earth? I always put the earth in first, and I'll tell you for why. I want you to tell you that's what I do. The reason I do that is because if you connect the live up, let me show you this. So if you connect that live up and this wire happens to touch something, you could have a bit of a mess on your hands. It could cause all sorts of problems. So I like to make sure that I connect the earth up first and then I do the live. Right, I've got two ways of doing this. You can either get a screwdriver, which is a lot of people's preference, or you can just get a 10mm socket, which is my preference. Now what I try and do, all this is there's a nut underneath, so it's just a case of, I try and crack it, okay, that's all I've done, just cracked it slightly, and then what I do is I hold the terminal on the battery. These don't need to be done massively tight. The reason I do this is 9 times out of 10 a screwdriver tends to go on it and strip. Just hold the wire while you nip it up. Right, with the live one, make sure you've decided exactly where you are wanting it to connect. So I want it to come around this side, and then you can have it absolutely perfectly ready. A game into the game of the battery. Okay, and then again, just nip it up. That's enough. Don't need to get up too hard, especially with the amount of power I have then. Okay, so that's it. So now what I try and do is, obviously I'd like to make this look a little bit neater, because there's a nice there's actually a nice tie tag around there. So go to my tie tags, find myself a nice black one, make sure that I have enough of what I want. What do you think? What am I thinking? No, the tie tag will be fine. And the tie tag. There's quite a bit of space under here. I'm quite surprised. Make sure you can put this out the way if you want to, or wherever you want it. So if you want to put anything in here, that fits at the back there nicely. So we'll just do that. And cut off any excess. Make sure you're happy with everything. Everything's sorted. It'll just come out. The wire plugs in. Done. Put it all back together again. Again, that just slides down. Beautiful. Tongue's come out again. I can't resist it. I can't help it. So, put the tongue away. Put the seat on. Done! And that's how easy that is. Okay everybody, we're in the middle of, I meant to press record and I didn't. We're putting a quad lock on. And we've noticed that the handlebars are a lot thicker than they are on the GT. come as a bit of a surprise to me, if I'm honest. So what I'm doing, I'm just literally doing it lightly, seeing how it sits. Best thing to do is get the phone, I think. Put that in there for a second. Okay, it's a bit, yeah. Let's come round a bit. Which I thought it did. Maybe too far the other way now. No, I think that'll do it. Lovely. So, let's pick you up a bit. So there you go. Like I said, I had the Aoshi on the GT, and you know, I'm not that fussed this time. This has got the rubber mount, so let's get it done up. Okay. Do you know what, guys? I get as much pleasure out of fiddling and playing as I do write. Well, I don't actually prefer to write, but I do enjoy fiddling and playing. Sure that hasn't moved. As he says, as he puts his tools away. It has, he's got to get them all back out again. No, it's spot on. Absolutely spot on. I might actually get a centre mount for it, because you can mount it on the centre of the handlebars. Okay. So what we might be doing next is putting some adjustments on the stand. But for now, I think we're set up. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's helped you, fitting one of these 12 Optimisers. Quad lock's quite easy to fit. And do you know what? Like I say, I had the Aoshi, and if anybody wants it, give me a shout, because it is Apple CarPlay, and that's great. However, it does the same as what your phone does. And maybe, just maybe, the difference will be with the phone that I suppose in the rain the Aoshi doesn't get wet. Then the phone can always go in your pocket, can't it? So yeah, so crash pins are on, bobbins are on the back for the stand. I think we're all good. The only thing I've got to do now, unfortunately, is bring Blade in and wipe her down, because she's wet through, bless her. I was hoping it was going to stop in like a dry right outside, but we'll have a look at that in a little while. Yeah, two wheels. They put stickers on here, and I understand that, it's fine. It's all about advertising and everything else. However, to me, it just looks like it's a demo bike when they do that. So we'll take those off. Now, all I'm using here. Oh, I didn't check whether I'd done right with the battery, did I? Whether I've got to reset everything. I did alright. Yeah, disconnected the battery, but yeah, it's fine. Managed to get away with it. Oh, another thing I've done is adjusted the levers. The levers were really far down, so I've brought them up a little bit. Anyway, doing a bit of cleaning in house. Obviously she is brand new, so really there shouldn't need to be a lot to be done. However, this is silicone spray, it's Pewterline silicone spray, and basically it protects absolutely everything. The water just, I mean, that's why I'm not even worried about Blade being outside at the minute. She's outside and it's not a problem. Right, unfortunately the handover video hasn't come out, so one of the things I had done before it even went 1 mile, well, especially with me on it anyway, was tyres were changed. But I haven't gone for Michelin's this time. I've gone for Pirelli's, gone for Pirelli GTs. Reason being is I had Michelin's on the last two, and I will be honest with you, I like Pirelli's. I used to have the Diablos on my sports bikes, so they are something that I'm used to. I'm sure everything's bigger on this. Yeah, it is. The indicator goes and everything's more room. Yeah, I had the Pirelli Diablos on that. Absolutely loved it. Have many sets. Many sets. So this time I thought, why not? Just for your guys' sake as well. Go for the GTs. It came out absolutely stunning from the showroom. I've got no complaints at all. It was very clean. However, oh, my phone's still on here. However, not me clean. I like to get them as shiny as I can. I'm a bit whatever, but hey, doesn't matter, does it? So like I say, I've explained a bit earlier, this is the AOG. I'm not fitting it. Everything's there to connect it up. Bit of a waste of money, I guess. I mean, we had it on the GT. What's an issue? Screen on the GX is adjustable, but you need to adjust it with your spanners. Now, I've done this before, you know, where I've adjusted it. I thought, oh yeah, I'm a big lad, I need it as high as I can get it. Well, I'm going to try it in its lowest position to start with. See how we get on. Like I say, this will stop all the water getting in. Well, I suppose it's a bit like that AC50 that people use. They like. Okay, I think we can pull her out now and do the other side. So really, I'm only going to do the same the other side anyway. So I hope it gives you an idea what I do to keep my bikes as clean and as immaculate as I do. They are, well, this one's going to be a workhorse, I hope. I'm going to get plenty of good rides out on this. And hopefully, well, there's definitely a weekend away coming up at the Lake District on this. And I'm going to do the Hard Knock Pass, and there's another couple of passes as well. So yeah, we're doing those. This stand is absolutely phenomenal. It's the Constand. Honestly guys, you can't beat it. It can't be beaten. So yeah, what I'm going to do is pull it out, do the other side, and see you all later.